Hey, man, I do what I do.
Is that they're not saving everyone else. Now, let me tell you something. None of you other groups have any excuses. You came to this country with your names, with your languages, with your cultures. You can still call home and talk to your abuelas and your grandparents and your cousins. You can even still speak to them in your native languages. You can trace your ancestors back. You know where whether you're from Ireland or Sicily or Mexico. You know your heritage, you know. But you chose to throw all of that away in exchange for this artificial concept of whiteness that was literally created over here in America. You chose that. You literally sold out. You fought to be white, not free. You actively sought to blend in, not to stand out. And now, as you face rejection, as you watch the very whiteness that you worship turn their back on you, now you're looking for answers. And the answer is simple. You're going to have to save yourself. See, there's no more riding on our backs. Not riding on the backs of the black move. Black and brown. No. That goes for you Africans too. No. Asians, no. Latino, no. No more stealing from our culture while refusing to stand beside us. No more of that parasitic alliance. People of color. Well, we do all the fighting, and the rest of y'all reap the benefit. If you want to survive, start where we started. Start with loving yourselves. As long as you got white Latinos and black Latinos, and the white Latinos think they're better than the black Latinos, you're not loving yourselves. As long as you got Asians from Japan and Asians from the Philippines thinking that one is better than the other, you're not loving yourselves and you're not going to be unified. As long as you got Africans from South Africa and Africans from Nigeria beefing about which African is better, which African is smarter, which culture is better, you're not going anywhere. See, with holding on to your own identity, your own people, and your own legacy. See, because if we, a people who were stripped of everything, could still rise and shape the future, then those who were never enslaved and forcibly removed from their own cultures and never had their history stolen away from them, you have zero excuses. Because what little we had, we used that to unify. What little we had, we used that to hold on. We're not here to carry you. Our burden has been heavy enough. We are definitely not here to fight for you. We fought enough. And we darn sure are not going to save you. You need to save yourselves. See, this nation exists because of us. We built it, we bled for it, we forced it to live up to its ideals. And we still pushing. We have never once bowed or begged to assimilate and try to be white. Look throughout our history. We've done a lot of stuff. We have a lot of people who behave like nocturnal, omnivorous animals that search through the garbage. But even they know that they're black. And we remind them that they're black. See, we never tried to assimilate for the sake of trying to achieve equality or the rights. No, we forced America to accept us as we are and how we are, while others folded into whiteness. We stood unapologetically black, bold, resilient, and unmovable. We forced America to confront our existence, whether through our cries for freedom or our willingness to take up arms and put hands on people. You understand me? We did that in defense of our humanity and as an exercise and a proclamation of our humanity. We have never been silent and we never will be. Let me explain something. They called us monkeys. And now they got to sit next to us at the lunch counters. They called us subhuman. But now we got folk in the military and they got to take orders from these same people that outrank them. They called us lazy. But now they got to eat our food, listen to our music, wear our style, and trying to mimic our genius. They call us shiftless, but now they cheer for us as we dominate all the sports worth playing while trying to deny the very humanity of the athletes they themselves idolize. Look, these folk call us ignorant, they call us dumb, but now they're forced to trust us to educate their children. We heal their sick. We shape their culture. They even refuse to acknowledge our contributions that have made this nation what it is. Now, if we were so insignificant, so worthless, so lazy, so unworthy, why can't they exist without us? Because we the backbone of this country. We the one to give it fight. From the moment the first enslaved African was dragged onto the shores in 1619, we have been the engine that drove this country forward. Every war America has fought, we have fought. Every advancement America has made, we have made it possible. We forced the abolition of slavery. We forced the end of segregation. We forced the Voting Rights Act law. We forced them to listen to our music, to our art, to our literature, to our culture, to adopt to our culture, and to listen to our voices. We forced America to reckon with its sins, and we will never stop forcing it to do that. See, we're not begging for acceptance. We're forcing them to recognize us. This nation has spent centuries trying to erase us, trying to rewrite our history and steal our contributions. Yet, despite everything, we remain the most influential force in this country. That's why we always on everybody's mouth, always on their tongue. And we've never offered the change of our identity. We have never offered to change our identity as the Black people who were captured from Africa and brought here. Instead, we have imposed our Blackness and all of our so-called imperfections upon this nation so powerfully that America cannot function without us, without our minds. There'll be no innovation. Even their anger and rage towards us have pushed them towards greater sacrifices and scientific innovations. Without our music, there would be no art, no culture here. Hell, without our labor, there would be no economy. And without our fight for justice, there would be no justice for anybody. America didn't grant us equality, we took it. And America didn't hand us power, we built it. This is our superpower. We accept ourselves. We identify as who we are. We didn't come to this land seeking a better life. We came in chains, and still we forged a destiny. We didn't ask for equality. We demanded it, and we took it by force. We didn't assimilate like the rest of these folk. Instead, we redefined what America was. We started as 3/5 of a person on the Constitution of the United States. And I would argue we are the most influential people in this country. That's what America is known for. The Africans fight for freedom. The African Americans fight for freedom. The foundational Black Americans fight for justice. That's what the rest of America knows us for. And it is the only thing that gives America soul. They saw that if these people can rise up and become who they are, certainly this is the promised land for me. And look, and now as you see these other people scrambling for an identity, as they beg to be saved, as they look to us for guidance, we tell them this: we're not your savior. Shout out to Mercer Panama. We got 44 super chats. Maybe we'll get 45 before I leave, but I'm almost done. We're not your leaders. We're not your lifeline. Y'all need to save yourselves because, you know, we already did. Now, the thing I need you all to understand is this. You all are not going to go anywhere without first figuring out who you are as a collective. You need to figure out what your identity is going to be. And as long as you all are disunified, it's going to be no coming together. We had to come together as foundational Black Americans. And in fact, the reason we began to delineate and refer to ourselves as foundational Black Americans, so there's no confusion as to who we are. We're special people. And our superpower is our identity, one that we refuse to give up. And that's about all I got for you all. I hope you learned something anyway. God bless you. This is Uncle D, and I appreciate everybody coming through. And as I always said this time, I am out.